The fourth reading test. Number 1. There once was a boy who was offered a jar full of some hazelnuts. He put his hand into the jar and grabbed as many as his fist could possibly hold. But when he tried to pull his hand out again, he found he couldn't do so because the neck of the jar was too small. Unwilling to give up a single one of his hazelnuts, and yet unable to get them all out at once, he burst into tears. A wise neighbor who saw the trouble happen said to him, "My boy, let go of half the hazelnuts you are holding, and you will be able to get your hand out without difficulty. Then, perhaps you may have some more nuts some other time." Number 2. The guppy is a small fish that people often keep in bowls or tanks in their home. In their bowls, guppies are harmless, but in the wild, the story is different. When some guppy owners in Nevada grew tired of their fish, they threw them in a small lake. The guppies then multiplied rapidly and ate all the food in the lake. As a result, there was none left for the native fish, which disappeared. The same thing has happened in a number of other lakes in the western United States. And now at least one species of fish, the White River springfish, is almost extinct. Thus, even a little fish like the guppy can cause a big change in the ecology of lakes. Number 3. Most buildings are constructed on that part of the Earth's surface that is composed of layers of material, including sand, clay, rock, and water. Below them, often hundreds of feet, lies the solid crust of the Earth called bedrock. Before a building can be completely designed, the architect must know the exact composition of the ground on which it will stand. The simplest method is to dig a hole and look. But this only works if the hole doesn't have to be too deep. Another method uses an instrument called a sounding rod, which indicates the distance to bedrock. The best method involves using a variety of techniques for sampling soil and rock from various depths and examining them firsthand. Number 4. No one is perfect. Every person has been late for an appointment, and every person has, at some time or another, failed to fulfill a commitment. The question, therefore, isn't whether or not a person has integrity, but the degree to which a person is integrated. People lie somewhere on a scale between being perfectly integrated and perfectly disintegrated. Sometimes, we have those who do their best to be true to their word, who are prepared to take the greatest pains to fulfill their commitments. Conversely, we find those who perceive the commitments they make as little more than noise coming out of their mouths. Where we are on the scale determines, to a great extent, the respect that others have for us and, more importantly, the respect that we have for ourselves.